Namo Phat. Thank you so much for joining me for our daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I'm determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I'm determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. For our Dharma lessons, we're reading Ajahn Munindo's book, Unexpected Freedom. We're in a chapter called Truly Comfortable, with a section on finding comfort with friends. Today, a group of people came to the monastery to inter someone's ashes. There was great sadness because it was a young man who had died. It was a tragic death, and there was real grief felt by family and friends. We all know that Buddhism teaches that we suffer because we are attached, but it would be altogether inappropriate to confront people who are suffering at such a time with this teaching. If you have lost somebody dear to you, and you go to your Buddhist friends for some solace and comfort, and they tell you, well, you shouldn't have gotten attached to them in the first place, everything's impermanent, unsatisfactory, and not self, it would be grossly insensitive. We look for comfort when we are suffering. And I feel that it is right to look for it in the various skillful means and practices that are offered as part of Buddhism. Besides the pain that comes from loss, there is a lot in the world around us that causes us to suffer. The current global environmental situation, the various military conflicts, the ongoing struggles we see in people's lives, acute crises, or just everyday mediocrity. All this can leave us feeling terribly saddened. If, with a heart burdened by sadness, we attempt to turn towards the deeper causes of suffering before we are ready, we could sink further into despair. Sometimes what we need is to find friends and companions who are not going to condemn us for suffering. Our suffering is not a sign that we're failing. It's not an indictment. However, it is only too easy to fall for the worldly perspective that says, if we are suffering, we are failing. If we are upset, then we're supposed to get over it. But there are some things we just don't get over. Some pain doesn't heal in the way we wish or at the time we want. At such times, to have a friend, somebody who shows a willing receptivity to our suffering, is a very great comfort. Spiritual companions, kalyana mitta, are one of the most important comforts in life. May all beings be well, may all beings be happy, may all beings be peaceful. Namo Phat. Thanks so much for joining me today.